Yes, so today on Man Cave, remember you can talk to us using the hashtag Daybreak. You can also SMS with 22422. I've seen a post just this morning as well, and it's always the the victims, or rather the people who post this are the ones who post it most of the time. I don't know how that works, but we're living in a society where what we're calling today a shortcut society. Where somebody says that there are actually women who are out there waking up every morning, working hard, putting in 100%, buying stuff with their own money, and then at the same time, when they go on social media, they see somebody who they probably knew, maybe alikuwa naishi na hao hapo neighbor, anaona sasa huyu jamaa huyu dem ako SUV, akutuna mashilingi hapa na pale kwa sababu ametumia shortcut. Flip side for the men as well. It's everywhere. You wake up, you're working every day, uko tu sawa, you're putting in 100%. Kidogo unaona jamaa mlikuwa mnaishi na yeye sasa mazako kwa gari kubwa. I don't want to mention the name of the car kwa sababu watu watangu sema tunayo gari wamepata hivi, lakini some got it. Wako na gari kubwa, wako na pesa, and they're living the life. Living la vida loca.
No, that's the life.
Yeah, that's the life. Living la vida loca. And so,
I thought the life is pewa ingine.
No, pewa ingine unaweza kuwa unapewa alafu uhepe bill.
Oh.
And this is the society that we're into, the shortcut society. And that is the dilemma we are facing today. We're trying to find out, so, because people talk about this thing even in the bar, when you're chilling with your boys, they're like, the car is driving, dog konayo, madam. I'm always scared, Roy, dem.
Yeah, because
100,000.
It's called magic beans.
Yeah.
Magic beans.
What was the...
Magic beans.
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yes.
That's right.
Magic beans.
Yeah.
Or magic githeri. It can be beans, peas, yes.
Gatheri.
Yes.
Yeah.
Githegeti. Magic githegeti.
Yeah.
What happens with magic githegeti is all of a sudden we're in a world where you plant something and within a week it manages to grow. Unfortunately, I have a bit of an asthma attack, so you'll have to forgive me for that. But I wish I had magic medicine which can at least take get cured in 10 seconds, but that doesn't happen for the things we need it. I think we're in a society where problems are solved within seconds and problems are also created within seconds. It's a very fast society we're living in.
Microwave generation-ish.
Microwave generation. Kama una microwave...
It's a wrap.
Ni kama TV ya kupika.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. TV ya kupika. So it's very simple.
TV ya kupika.
Yes. So that's the kind of generation we're living in. I mean, things are happening very fast. I think where recent occurrences, both whether it's in government, whether it's in personal life, whether it's commercial life, corporate life, whatever you want to call it, just all across the community of late, we've started seeing a certain incidences that are all demonstration of people's, I wouldn't want to call it greed, but ambition and passion for getting things immediately. Whether it's from a government standpoint where we're beginning to see a lot of people wanting to get immediate wealth. We have forgotten that wealth is built over time, or want to create immediate success. And when I say government, I mean in every level of government, not at the highest level only, even in regional government, where people want immediately to reach a certain amount of wealth or expect their county to reach a certain amount of wealth in 10 seconds. Then we see it also being reflected by young men wanting to get to a certain stage immediately. So, see hata ukimwona kwa bar, he's not graduating from bars at amepita exam yake ya bar 1, grade D bars. Now he has graduated to the next level of bars, he gets his diploma for biology and goes to the next bar. No, he wants to jump from a bar he used to drink at to D. From a D bar, he wants to go straight and start drinking at an A bar.
Yeah, nothing can stop us all the way up.
When it comes to personal life, you've seen ladies where they want to get immediate success, right? Yes, or achieve immediately in their relationships, where they want to take this relationship and go straight to that. Yet there are other women who have worked so hard to invest in their relationships and build them. Unfortunately, for some of us men, we take them for granted and we jump quickly into the quick wins. Yeah, and those quick wins have, let me tell you, absolute disaster. I'll tell you from all my life experiences, there are a lot of things I look at where I say, you know what, whenever I wanted to take a shortcut, or I wanted to do things quickly, or achieve things quickly, I've paid for it. Yeah, we're not realizing that...
You paid for it in terms of majuto, regret.
Matatu ikichukua route, hiyo ndogo ati shortcut. That shortcut is a long cut. We should be changing the word from nataka kuchukua shortcut nachukua rough cut. Hiyo ni rough cut. But the damage it does to that mathri, by the time it's taken that route, tupite hivi, alafu tuende hivi. You look at your clothes, you look at the dust, you look at what is done to the wheels of the car. Yeah? It's worse. But that's a society where it's greed. I think the biggest challenge is who's actually brought this? Who's harakisha us? Is it the chicks?
Okay, because the chicks, okay, the way you can categorize is that they are, okay, call them chicks, I feel like it.
Okay, madams.
Yeah,
madams.
the ladies. Yeah, I think the ladies have, you know, their own worst enemy in some regard, because so there's, first of all, there's competition between, before we even cross over the sexes, there's competition between just ladies, men and men, where you see even the demographic, what young ladies look up to now, or the young ladies that are put on a pedestal now, are not the Oprah Winfrey's, the Michelle Obamas. I mean, they have their place, yes, but more of, I wouldn't say, I want to be this person, not knowing that they have stories. Community worker, Michelle, helping Obama all the way back, even before he was senator. Yeah. Oprah, from 1982, starting a first show akikataliwa, akiambiwa you're too fat for TV and stuff like that. I want to do the instance. Sasa wataja wana tu aude mkao kwa sawa. Juzi alikuwa kala ingine, sasa ni kala ingine na nazidi na kuna na gari.
Willis, it's very
unanunua rangi. Nikawa paint wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not just rangi. They are rangi. Even body parts.
Yeah. Buying body parts. Yeah. Anaenda panel beating within the half an hour. She's a new moti.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Mileage imewekwa zero.
Coming years, kaduthi kametoka for wheel drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are finding women entering places and saying, there was a time where women said, okay, I want to do a lot of stuff. I need to do a workout in order to improve our body. Now, she wants to look a certain way within a month or within a couple of weeks, right? But because we're saying that we're in a shortcut society, it means that someone is in a hurry to get somewhere. So nachukua shortcut kwa sababu kuna mtu anataka kufika. Who is the person harakishing the other? Is it the ladies harakishing the men, or is it actually men who are harakishing women in this society?
Yes.
I know to some extent it can be shared responsibility, but kuna moja ameanza hii story ya kuharakisha mwingine. Yes. Kuna Ben 10.
Kuna Ben 10.
Vijana wadogo wanataka immediate.
Yes, right. And because talking to some of the Ben 10s,
who's harakishing who?
That's the thing. They say this, and because I've had occasion to talk to some.
What language are you speaking, my friend?
I've had occasion to talk to some of them, and I want to say my hivi. They're saying that because their ladies, their age group, are now going for sponsors, which again is shortcut. Then they don't have ladies within their pool, and they feel like they need to be in a certain level of a certain financial bracket for them to attract ladies. So they go for shortcut, which they look for, what are they called, the opposite as Ponyoni, Cougar.
Unsponsored.
Cougar, Ben 10. Wanakwama Ben 10 sasa. So at the end of the day, both these guys are cutting themselves, are cutting their destinies in half. But is it because of societal pressure?
And I think you've actually answered the question to some extent, or at least one of the core problems. One of the core problems is because the disparity of age is becoming an issue. Yeah? Our folks didn't really have that problem, but today the disparity of age is causing one to harakisha the other. Are you getting me? Because now you have young girls going with older men, yeah? And in some cases, younger men going with older women. The younger one in the relationship is beginning to put pressure on the older one, rather than the younger one, the older one, slowing down the younger person.
You say that they eke it in the process. There's a process.
It's a process.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Yes.
Even in church, but these days prayers are going in haraka. They reach heaven within 2.2 seconds.
Mungu anakwanga kila pale.
Hey, no, even in heaven there's a factory now producing answers. Hizi zimekataliwa, hizi hazijapita.
Economy ya mbinguni haita change kwa sababu ya earth.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. No, but that's expectation.
That's the
right
expectation,
now on earth. Yeah. We're expecting that there's a whole department that's processing prayers at the speed of us. Because the Nigerians have taught us that their prayers can be processed at high speed. Hii ongeza ngiri mbili ziharakishwe kwenda kwa extreme service, emergency prayers. Emergency prayers are always, there's a department that's of angels who are just petitioning like so. That's what we imagine here on earth. But I'm telling you that disparity is caused by the moment we are playing outside our brackets, and I think that's a mistake we're all making, is we're not accepting where we are. Once we accept where we are and we play with people within our group, then everyone will learn to compromise with each other because you're from the same school of thought. Lakini ukianza kucheza we, you're a guy who's, you cannot even complete the alphabet.
Unacheza ki.
Yeah. You fika...
Yani kama sahi Manu inacheza, si kama Manu ile ingine.
Okay. Sasa umeanza mambo mabaya. This is where I start having, I ask for my medicine. Because I need an overdose to sort out that problem. Because ukuleta mambo ya Manu. I'm just saying, let's keep it very simple here. Yeah. Cheap and settle me.
I'm sorry, bro. Yeah.
I mean, let's keep it very simple. When you have a case, yeah, where you have a guy, the lady is going out with a guy who can't, as I said, cannot complete the alphabet. Akifika kama N-O-P-Q, he can't remember the rest of the letters. That's his level of education. You don't expect them to be thinking along the same plane. You don't expect him to have the patience. Yeah? It's because of us guys picking up on the younger generation is what is making us move according to the speed they want. The younger generation is the problem. They have no respect of the process. So when an old person gets involved with a young person, that's the end of the story. They start harakishing things to please that young person. And the young person now gets excited about the speed at which things are coming, and end of story. And it's always ending in a disaster,
what
guys.
If we flip the
it's ending in a disaster for all of us.
Isn't it also true then that hata even the older person is to blame? Because hao ndo pia wanaleta shida. Hao ndo they make themselves available, number one. They make quick cash available, number two. Quick goods available, number three. And therefore, they're the ones raising the expectation of these guys. Because back in the day, you would have somebody tell you, okay, Roy Mimi, I made my first million hivi. So wewe ukifanya hivi utafika hapa. Siku hizi hakuna hiyo. Shika hii milioni ndio inakupatia.
Okay.
Shika.
Yes,
and in exchange, I want X. Your body.
Yes. Okay, so I'll say I try to throw the blame on the younger people.
Yeah, yes, but that's
I'm saying that we're easily being fooled by them. But then, yes, Willis, you're right. We need to take responsibility for ourselves. I need to take responsibility for my mistakes.
Right.
Right? And some of us are beginning to battle with that, to accept that we're actually the ones in the wrong. And I think why we're in the wrong as the older folk is we're getting frustrated by what we have not managed to achieve or what we have lost, that we're trying to play catch up and relieve it through this denial. Are you getting? So what is happening is you have a 40, 45-year-old person who has not managed to live a certain lifestyle or has missed a certain part of their life. And instead of accepting and appreciating, because it's lack of appreciation of where we are, we don't appreciate where we are, Willis. We're easily blinded to not appreciate what we have until we have lost it.
That's right.
So you start now trying to decide, okay, you know what? Because sijavaa hizo shots na when I was growing up, sikuwa na simu, all your problems that you have not had, you're trying to relieve them through this denial method. So you start trying to live life in the fast lane, lakini mwili inakataa. That's why you start seeing those guys by the time if you come midnight. Easy last. Lazima he goes into a quiet word of prayer for 30 minutes in the pub, which is called blacking out, but we can call it a long word of prayer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watulie kidogo.
Kwa sababu he cannot wezana with the speed of today's things, right? I think both parties, wazee tukubali, the heart cannot manage that pace, kubali. And there's nothing wrong with doing things slowly or living in the slow lane. Wale watoto wa pressure, wakubali. You want things quickly and fast, then manage them with your own. Move all of you together, moving at your own speed. Don't try and jump, because we are both being punished today. If you look at the results of everything, from a government perspective, what we are facing in terms of, because of that fast life, wanting to live that, we have run out of
money.
Yeah. Even we have run out of loans, but what's your money?
Tuko kwa trillion.
Yeah. Some people kids are learning new the words like quadzillion, quadrazillion, magnamillion. Yeah. All these amounts of money that are being learned, luckily are due to influence from the way things are running. We're in a lot of problems. When it looks at relationships, we're getting into very angry people in relationships who are reacting and behaving in certain ways because they're used to getting certain things, and when those things stop, it's causing certain behavior. And we've seen how these relationships are getting destroyed in the most aggressive way. So tumejileta hapa. Kubali.
We are here because of our own.
We are here because we are here.
Because we are here. But another question as well in terms of in that regard is that most of these things are interconnected. You know, every time that interconnected. I mean, you know. Anyway, most of these things, they are interconnected because you find out that we always point fingers at ladies.
It's much more fun blaming people. That's an exciting
that's
one.
the thing. But then they also...
Kenya's world is that. I think Kenya's... We love seeing other people in problems and blaming someone.
Yes.
Anyway.
But Sasa, the dudes as well, they are faced with the same thing. And most of the dudes say because of there's so much under pressure with the... Most dudes blame ladies and say, ama de masikuizi wanataka do, wanataka nini. So what do? I need to go and get fast cash. So they are what we call the emergence of the so-called tenderpreneurs, the emergence of the so-called proxies. We have young people getting into drugs to make quick bucks, doing illegal stuff to get quick money.
The human ATM.
Yes.
And just press his buttons.
So is it, for the man, because what we say ati mwanaume ndo anafaa kutake responsibility. I mean, we're not saying that the ladies don't take responsibility of the ills that they're doing, but the man is supposed to kind of guide the society in a way or form. So are men failing?
I think, yes, in some extent, let's accept we're weak. And I'm looking at you for now. You take responsibility. We're weak.
We are weak.
We're like a combination of the new Man U mixed with the Arsenal that has been growing. It's Man United mixed with Arsenal.
Man Arsenal.
Yeah. Arsenal.
There you go. Yeah.
Actually, to say enough is enough, stop, this is the way things are going to operate. Yeah? Because a while back, the man is actually, as you're saying, the guy who controlled the budget.
That's right.
There's the emergence of the woman who's refusing to be controlled, who's saying she's, what they're calling her? She's independent.
She's independent.
But it's called semi-independent, because credit ikisha, then the independent story inaanza kufa. So there's the independent lady who exists, of course. A few are trying to struggle and take that role and say, you know what, we can manage the budget. And that's okay, and that's perfect. But traditionally, guys should have been the ones in authority to say, enough is enough, let's manage ourselves. Let's control us. But us guys are weak guys. We're easily swayed these days. Our mzes were kangumu. That's why suffering was part of growing up and enjoying yourselves. Whether you had wealth or not, suffering was part of it. Because the reason why we used to take people through that suffering is for them to appreciate the process.
Yes.
Look at the kids being raised today. Today, a kid can cry in different tones or notes. He has different buttons. Analia ka ringtone. Akona ringtone zingine. Najua this ringtone is forgetting this. He cries another different ringtone. It's forgetting something else and a different ringtone. By the time that kid grows up, lack of respect for the process, right? And that's because the discipline has not been put there. And as you're rightfully saying it, it was guys who used to actually drive that discipline. But now, story kwisha. Game short.
Game short. I have some few comments here from people on the internet. On Twitter, Brian Mokaya says that in response to saying many young men say that ladies in the age group are going for sponsors for financial gain, leaving them without women to date. Therefore, these young men decide to go for older women to achieve the financial status. He says that not all men are like that. Only those who don't want to work smart. They just need Zav. I don't know what it means. Zav pool table. Julius Jules.
By the way, if you're a stupid person, how do you work smart?
Yeah.
You go and ask your friend to help you cheat in the exam of life.
Na hiyo inaanza hata hapo kwa cheating exam. Shortcut iko kila pale.
Yeah, but I'm saying cheating in the exam of life. Kama wewe ni mjinga na you're telling me work smart, lakini mimi ni mjinga. Nafanyaje?
Unakaa tu kioma Mungu.
You work mjinga. That's what you do well. Okay, but you see, I think just to go to that point, you talked about working smart. That statement has begun to mean shortcut.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because there was a time...
Don't work hard, work smart.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with working hard.
Yes.
Now you're actually laughed at for working hard. Even when a country works hard to progress, we laugh at that country. We believe, no, there must be another way around this story. Yeah? Send the river around the building. That's the way it's supposed to work. Yeah? Not any other way. So you send the river around the building kind of society. There must be another way around
True.
it.
Yes.
Yes, Kubomoa is not the only way.
Yeah.
So, guys, we are now embarrassed about being hard workers. Can you imagine? I don't mind the statement, but the statement can be abused. Working smart means shortcuts. That's what it's beginning to mean instead of actually meaning the word smart, because I mean smartness doesn't grow on trees. We have seen. I grew up with people like you. You just don't get smart naturally. I've seen the challenges you've gone through mentally. So I understand that it doesn't come. Some people like you, when you think, there's a lot of fuses and short circuits and all sorts of problems.
Pondi, please.
Yeah, so I understand. Thinking is not for everyone, Willis. Don't take it badly. You don't have to.
Yes. We got to pay people to think for us.
Yeah.
All right. Jules here says, not many men, just a few who are lazy. He says that there are some men who are just generally lazy. And it's
the problem is not, what do you mean not many? That's the problem today, is that it's many men who are lazy. That's what the problem is. It's not a few. The problem is the numbers are increasing.
Yeah.
The numbers of by the time what was when we've been reduced to dressing up and putting up makeup so that we can impress women, that's the height of laziness. He just knows I'm going to sacrifice. Instead of putting a lot of hard work into the week, he puts 2-3 hours into a manicure and a pedicure, and he thinks he's going to sort out his problems. Yeah?
And there's an important point here that Arab Koech is raising, or Rowan Birgen. He says that, yes, we are a society that glorifies and adores wealth without questioning the means. And I want to start talking about the places where we failed and how we can rectify it. What are some of the solutions? I know you've talked about people need to start valuing,
where they are.
Well, where they are first at the base.
Then value
you are
work,
where you are.
valuing the process, enjoying the process.
Then trust the process. But he also says that they all saying be your brother's keeper. Where nikiona uroi sasa all of a sudden uko na pesa mingi.
Be a brother's keeper ni kubuy drinks now.
Sita kuja kukuliza, hey Roy baze. Hii form imekuaje? All of a sudden today you're here, tomorrow you're there. What happened? I'll come and ask you, show me where.
The same way.
Nionyeshe hata mimi.
Hata mimi
na hata mimi wacha nionyeshe pale uliiba ni nani ulipaya pesa, hata mimi nimpatie pesa.
I think we're beginning to realize, first of all, I think we're celebrating stealing as a talent. Yeah, being a thug or a thief.
Ukiiba unasikianga hata
news
ikisema ati some Roy stole 5 million. Ai, aliiba tu 5 million.
Yeah, because they're expecting his talent to have progressed more. Yeah. They're like, I mean, he's expected to be more. He's a qualified crook.
Yes, he should be.
He went to the school of crookology, crookomania. Yeah, he studied crookomania for a long period of time, and he should come out as a well-blessed crook or thug.
5 million.
So we do respect. We're beginning to respect crime and shortcuts as a talent. So that becomes. You see, it's very hard to change things when people appreciate those things. You get what I mean? It's the same way fashion works. When something is in fashion, because people appreciate it, you don't come and tell guys, stop this fashion, it's wrong. Manguo zikianguka, it's not a fashion style. Ama zikiraruka, that is not a style of fashion. You can't come and just use your authority to change things. And that's where the challenge is. Because we won't be able to change. If it's the in thing, then that's where the challenge is. The challenge is because that's the culture now. Until someone comes and disrupts the culture and does something in a way that people begin to admire the process, then people start saying, oh, maybe the process is a classy part of life. But we've got to a point where it's the amount of money that's more attractive than the method at which you got it.
You got the money, yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't
because at time, the attractiveness was a story of how ulipata hiyo pesa. Imagine nani alifanya hivi, alafu akaenda hivi, alafu akaenda hivi, alafu akaenda hivi. Yeah?
And then the tag businessman or businesswoman is now just loosely.
These days we're in a society where we laugh at
entrepreneur.
No. We laugh at caterpillars. Us guys want to see a butterfly straight. But we don't care. You see a caterpillar, you'll die of laughter. You're like, what is this? Unatembea huko chini.
Yeah.
Oh, bana, let's fly. Yeah? By whatever airline you choose, bana. And first class at it, not just any regular butterfly. Just be a first class butterfly. Yeah. So that is where we are. Willis, the remedy for this thing is first of all, life, one, is already doing it for some people who begin to see society, punishing those who have taken shortcuts.
Punish, and we see
that there are actually consequences towards shortcuts.
Yes.
Yeah? And it starts from leadership. If leadership actually takes certain cases, or when it comes to relationships and criminals are prosecuted, for whether it's a personal issue or a business issue or corporate related issue, when people start going down and facing the punishment for the things they do, then that is it. Unfortunately, some of us, we have committed crimes. I've done things that I'm not proud of at all when I wake up in the morning and I think about it. Yeah? And I realize that the only way is to accept the punishment, because one, you'll either I will learn and grow from it, or someone will. Yeah? And someone will not be lost because of what I did. Yeah.
All right, so we want to take one more comment here. Someone says, David Musumba says, obviously the fact that Kenya is a corrupt society, that's why there are so many shortcuts. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll come back with some final comments and remarks as well. Please talk to us using the hashtag Daybreak. Do you think that we have become a shortcut society? And how do you think we can get out of this shortcut society syndrome? Talk to us. Tell us what it is.
Okay, by the way, should be short weave society because now you don't even cut anymore.
Or
so
short?
Tunavaa tu. Yeah, weave.
Weave. Short weave society. Tunarudi sahi tusiende mbali bude.